Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Very fine morning, afternoon, or evening to you, wherever you are. There we go. So yeah, we're just getting back into things. We have seen the third turn. But of course we now need to issue our orders, so this is what we'll be doing today. As to whether we will be able to finish this today is going to be rather intriguing. I actually didn't put the password in then. There we go. Strange. This Psycho is a lie. Indeed. Okay. Of course, we've gone over the results of the last turn. We'll not waste time going over it again. What I'm going to do then is bring the tracker up over here. We'll go forwards from the alert over here, so right, it's already loaded the turn. Turn the music down just a tad. It's actually one. Okay, fair enough. Right, so what I've done is actually I've gone through here and I've imported the base region definitions. So we should have potentially in the next turn the correct definitions. I think the issue we have is, let's see, industry. For example, I'm not seeing the other regions here, but we may see that in the following turn, so hopefully that works out for us. It's not critical, if not. I'm sure we'll be fine. We have everything we need anyway, we can figure it out. So what is it that we need to do then? If we take a look at the actual alerts, we'll go from there, really. So current turn then. So of course we captured the base over here, always a good thing. I want to make sure planes are now organised together and will not have only 6 zeros on the run. I mean, the thing is, I can only do so much when it comes to that. It does come down to a certain number of other factors, such as weather, for instance, that can affect those things. I mean, ideally, I always want them to run together, but it's not always something that can be done. There will be times when they do end up running separately, as is just the nature of warfare and just the nature of it in general. It's never a great thing, obviously it does lead to losses, potentially. Okay, so of course we obviously do, still do have the issue regarding vehicle points. Out of fuel over here, I'm going to say, yep, these are just by Pearl Harbor. I'd say that's probably just outside of Hong Kong, which would be the midget submarines I actually didn't mean to send there. I accidentally sent them, didn't I? Okay. So you can see here the detection has increased on our forces over here, so that indicates that they have obviously been discovered. So the Kijo Osaka resource convoy, that's rather intriguing then. Task force spotted 10161. So Mersing 2 has been spotted, but the other ones have not, which is rather intriguing. So he's going to be roughly aware of what's coming for him, but he's not going to be completely aware. It's not a bad thing though, we should be able to make do with that. Okay, we're going to be going through all the land units here, really. Just making sure we'll get all those sorted out. We'll go back into the game. We also do know that the engine production and obviously airframe production is starting to increase, which is always a good thing. And let's just actually take a look at the industrial numbers here shortly. Right, industry. We can see here that we have 6,280 heavy industry points. We are saving a bunch by obviously not producing the armaments. Armaments we should be fine for some time on. Now, of course, we do have a decent amount of heavy industrial points saved up, as well as other resources. Now, how do we potentially want to use them? I could potentially use them to further increase the vehicle production, but I don't think it's too necessary. I think we'll look potentially at other airframes, or potentially even at more R&D, but it's going to be somewhat as and when we need it. But we'll take a look nonetheless. And I don't think I need extra naval yards or merchant yards. It's not going to make a difference here, even really. I think frankly it just comes down to the engines and airframes. Okay. Right then, to Japan we go. So we'll want to be looking at Nagasaki. Yep, there's Nagasaki. Let's take a look then. We do have our Air Force engineers. Now, whether they can actually be moved out of here is another question. I think the General Defense Forces, whether the Army is reserve, can leave Japan undetermined. I'm going to go with probably not. Though it's not the worst thing if they can't. At the end of the day, it's a case of, do I actually use the political points to have them transferred out? It really does depend on the actual cost to do so, and really, is it worthwhile to spend that? I have the Shipping Engineer Regiment over here, which is already set up and good to go. That's a good thing. Can you use it to increase pilot training quality or rates? Well, we have our pilots training. We have a lot of squadrons out there training. I suppose at the end of the day, I could, in a sense, by basically increasing the amount of actual aircraft I have available. So that would obviously lead to more pilots training actual aircraft. You need the aircraft to actually train the pilots. There's one of these, really. Hello there, Phil. How you doing, my friend? Yep, how's Bristol? Been very wet up here. Very wet. Yeah, I'm going to go with the assumption that they probably cannot be transferred out. But if I was, for example, to have, yeah, 55 points, my opinion is just not worth it. Just not worth it, in my opinion. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we'll take a look at the transport flotilla that we've actually put together. More like an armada, really. Right, so you're currently loading troops. I'm going to transfer the additional transports in here. Now as we'll be able to dish this out as we need to. Speed is pretty good overall, so we'll be travelling at about 17 knots, which is fine in my opinion. This can carry a rather large number of troops. You can see here at the moment that we have the 33rd Division. Now, if I was to load additional troops, well, just make sure. Right, yes, continue loading. Yep, load the 33rd Division. I could, for example, load this Japanese Air Force Engineering Unit. As well as this one. I'm going to load them. Yep, there we go. You can see the huge amount of capacity here is rather impressive. Right, verify the load there. Use minimum ships. Accept. So, for example, I could remove all these ships that aren't being used, but I'll do that in the future. The 33rd Division is being allocated to 3 ships. Yeah, the other engineering units 1 ship each. They've got to be some big ships then. Yeah, 5,000. 3,800. And additional 3,800. That's good to know that we could use these ships to actually transport a division. That's always a good thing. Okay, so the rest obviously are not going to be moving. So all these other ones on different commands, obviously, yeah, they're not going anywhere. The general defense will stay here. Not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, they can't leave. Okay. So I'm going to have you sent elsewhere. I'll have you guys sent over here to Kagoshima. Okay. Have you actually sent over here instead? So you can be sent to Fukuoka. There we go. That should be fine. So we are loading the units that we can, the ones we can't. We have an increasing number of ships arriving over here. 28 there as is. We'll take a look and we'll sort through them, really try to discover the ones we want to be converted into patrol boats. Where do we need support crews for aircraft? Philippines, China, Indochina. Definitely China. Definitely China at the moment. I do have some engineers, but not huge amounts. And the benefit of operating in, say, for example, the Philippines is I can actually fly from Formosa, which has a lot of aircraft support already, which is really quite nice. We did do very nice, we had a lucky shot over here to arrive at Vegan and a party unmolested. I mean, we did have a run-in with a allied submarine, but we actually did do some solid damage to it, potentially. But nonetheless, we managed to land our troops here. It seems like THD has withdrawn a lot of his forces over here. I mean, that is a lot of troops. I mean, 41,200 troops is no laughing matter. So I think when it comes to the Philippines, we are in for a rough time. Very rough time. And to be honest, it's going to be one of those of how am I going to crack it? We'll find a way. We'll find a way. I mean, the thing is, it says 41,000, but only half of that is really going to ever be like frontline combat troops. Not that they're not still deadly as second line. It's not like as bad as it seems. Rereading Churchill's History of World War II, you might have to look at Volume 4, which deals with the early part of 42 and the Japanese onslaughts. That's rather intriguing. I mean, if it's something you feel relevant to the campaign, do share, do share. Okay. So going back to the tracker. Right. The two subs by Bataan, now we're pushing them with submarine chasers. See, now, this is something that is rather funny, actually. We've only just taken Bataan, not too long ago. So obviously I didn't have my patrol set up over here. And the thing is, I'll have some patrol set up, but it's not a main area to focus on. What we do have to bear in mind is that we are going to be focusing on these areas, where the actual shipping lanes are. As far as it goes for actual patrols around here, we do have patrols, but we only need to patrol actual important areas. They will set up a patrol around Bataan, but we're not going to be patrolling out here, it's just a waste of time. We have a better chance of actually hitting them in the shallow waters around here. This is where we actually have a better chance of hitting them. How about a Revolution Under Siege playthrough from Sliverine's Twitch channel? Well, the game's good, but it's just too unstable, really. Fortunately. So yeah, we'll take a look at setting up a patrol. We'll take some of them. Okay. I'll take these 5 patrol boats. Actually, no, 4 patrol boats will be fine. I'll just split them into 2. Right. So you're going to have your home port set to Bataan Island for the time being. Should be able to operate okay. It's only a size 1 port. But in fairness, you know what, in fairness it's probably a better idea. And again, I left Facebook open. I have as well. Oh dear. Apologies about that. Realised I'd left it open. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we'll separate this into 2 separate task forces. Need to name them as well, that's what's going to be a good idea. Okay. The Shonan Maru. There we go. Clear destination, use waypoints. Now, of course, they will react when they see a target. They'll have them linger a day in each location. There we go. Now the second one. Bataan. Well, Bataan. Island, ASW, Patrol 2. Clear destination. We'll set that patrol. We'll start them off in the opposite direction. Pray to the enemy gods. See, for example, I could have a different patrol like... well, actually, no, but I think that'd be more effective, actually. We'll do it like this, then. Okay. So I'm going to have to set that one up again. So there to there. Right. Linger a day in each location. There we go, number 1. Okay. I think I started it there. Something like that. I'll be able to figure it out later on. Either way, it's going to cover that area. But the idea is we'll have them moving across the island, basically moving back and forth. So ideally, they will have a good chance of actually intercepting. Right. So that's that done. We'll have that set up. Now, I did have a comment suggesting that we actually take these flights from over here at Canton and have them used on anti-submarine duties, which is obviously, it's not a bad idea actually. It does depend on their crew experience, to be fair. We'll see. Right, I do have this Air Force engineering unit. I'd like to move that out elsewhere, but it's handy for the time being. We do also have the AV there. That being the auxiliary aircraft tender. What is our aviation support here? Aviation support is 22 plus 13. Aviation support required is 35. So just bang on. So I can't send any additional aircraft here for the time being. Currently, I have the 24th Sentai Squadron, which consists of 35 Ki-27s. Yep, Ki-27Bs. In the future, I'm going to have these obviously upgraded to, for example, either the Ki-43 1C Oscars. Well, actually, it's going to have to be the Oscars, isn't it, considering that this is an army squadron. Is it an army squadron? Yeah, it's an army squadron. But that's not bad. So we have 13 1Bs, we have 14 1Cs. I need to increase that number, really. It's going to take some time, but it will increase. Right. The pilots themselves... Yeah, of course there is some fatigue. But they'll be okay for now. I'm using the drop tanks here. I mean, once we actually capture bases over here in the Philippines, we'll be able to obviously have them based much closer. So we'll not have to use the drop tanks. Okay. Right, I could do it actually moving some of these aircraft out. I mean, the Zeros have taken a bit of a battering. Okay. What I'm going to do then is, let's see, we have the Ki-48s over here. Now these are quite nice aircraft, but I'm going to have them actually redeployed. Now where do I want to move them? Their range isn't the greatest. They could serve fairly well in China itself, to be fair. But we'll see, we'll see. I may have another airfield here just to fill in. Oh, Stanley. Ah, okay. That's a shame. I mean, I'm not a big comic book person, but it's never nice when anybody dies. Welcome there, Judy. Nice to see you, my friend. Okay, so we have our transport aircraft here. Not to scare you, but Churchill says that by end of May 42, the Allies replace all merchant shipping losses since the start of 42, and by end of the year, all losses suffered since the start of World War II. I mean, that's obviously to be expected. To be really expected. We don't buy... Well, we're not building biplanes. We just build monoplanes. I'm still building Ki-27s, obviously replacements. At the end of the day, they'll all be replaced eventually. The thing is, I'm not building the engines for them anymore. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to continue building the airframes until we're actually done with the engines for the Ki-27, and then we'll have it phased out of production. The idea is we need to get as much use out of them as we can do. Right, so let's take a look then. So aviation support required is 33. We have 0 here at the moment, so that's not even a good thing here. It's not a good idea to actually have them there. Aviation support required 63, we only have 7. Yeah, this is not good. Okay. How about over here? So we have 91 aviation support and we only require 3. Okay, that's fantastic. And we've actually not sank that much, to be fair. We have shot down a number of aircraft over the Philippines, which has been quite good. So far as yet, we've not really... And we sort of have a general inkling of where a carrier may be. I did balls up one of my orders over here at Saigon for the actual naval attack craft. But we'll find them. It's just a case of getting lucky, really. I'm going to be intrigued to see where Force Z ends up being at the end. We did see them heading out this way. There's an increasing number of ships moving along the South China Sea. The thing is, they will be picked up by the aircraft at Saigon, given time. And we would see losses increasing. Yeah, the swordfish are doing fine. You need to find another meme. JC, you need to find another meme. Right, what I'm going to do is actually move some of the aircraft. The G4M1s obviously do have adequate range. Yeah, definitely adequate range to actually hit there. So you have a number of damage. So what we're going to do then is we're going to take out the army aircraft. Check the airfields in the Philippines for the amount of allied aircraft or attacking Manila. I'm not attacking Manila. Manila would be a waste of time. What I'm doing here is, I mean, the thing is with Manila, I've got to worry about the actual amount of AA. There may be a large amount of AA due to those units there. We are attacking the airfield at Clark. I'm going to keep up. The subs are doing okay. We managed to damage one of them. Yeah, I'm going to keep up the pressure on Clark. Principally due to the fact that it is the largest airfield in the area. Indeed, RRP, Stanley. Yeah, see, largest airfield in the area, so I do need to keep up the pressure there. See, the airfield at Manila isn't that large. I could, for example, hit the airfield over here at Iba. There seems to be some fighters. I could hit Bataan, but I'm not going to do that, since there's only auxiliary there. I mean, do I try to hit the airfield at Manila? I don't know. I don't think... Yeah. At the end of the day, I can keep hitting the airfield here. And frankly, once this airfield is actually knocked out of commission, that is going to put pressure on the Philippines airfields. Well, the airfields in the area, and the actual air force itself. Considering that he only has a size 3 airfield here. So, for example, you take a look over here at Takao. You look at the size of the airfield here, so it's a size 8 airfield. With all bunches of aviation support, and it's still over its limit. So this is it. There's only so much capacity. Right, that's pretty good. I like that one. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take the army aircraft out of Takao and move them to Pescadores. And I've hit the pod, but there's no sense in hitting the pod continuously. The thing is, if I hit Manila, I've got a hell of a big chance there to actually take a lot of losses due to AA. The thing is, if I continue to hit Clark, I know I'm going to be damaging his most important airfield in the area. That, and it definitely is drawing out his fighters, and we are continuously shooting them down. So, at least this is a way for us to actually continuously or degrade his air force without actually engaging over the flag. So I'm going to continue in this fashion, really. Right, Imperial Japanese Army. I'll have you reassigned to Pescadores. You may potentially still have the range to attack Bataan. I'll check. I'm not entirely certain, though. No, I don't think you have the range. Too far. Okay, that's fine. What I can do is I can use them in other ways, really. For example, there's all these Chinese forces over here that do need to be dealt with. Turn that off for the moment. There we go. Yes, the 8th Sentai. You can see here we're just out of range of Changsha. But I can use these bombers here to hit Chinese forces out in the countryside. Which is a worthwhile endeavor, really. Okay. I think I'll probably start aiming at some of these around here. Possibly this unit. But I think we need to really clean up this area. So I may start targeting these forces, which is probably a good idea. Okay, we'll have you on ground attack. This is an interesting question. Do you know if HMS Laiwol is in the game? I don't think so. Not entirely certain. I think that event was sometime prior to the start of hostilities. Not entirely sure. And I might be thinking of something else. Was it the British boat that was attacked by the Japanese? And then obviously the man responsible was... was he discharged? I can't remember if he was discharged. I might be thinking of another gunboat, to be fair. Yeah, they've taken losses. Move. Then again, I do need the reconnaissance aircraft, don't I? I'll move these aircraft out, due to the fact they're only on training anyway. It was sunk after the fall of Singapore. Anyone know the story of a group of Allied ships near Japanese waters that had to convoy together and make a mad dash for Allied waters when the war broke out? No, do tell, do tell. It sounds like a good story. Okay, we'll have to move these guys out as well. Frankly, we're moving everything that is not required to cow. It's not moving too far away. I'm going to move the 14th Sentai. Now, they don't have the range. Okay, we'll move these fellows that obviously rain in. Wonder when you'll first face the B-25Gs with their 75mm cannon. Jeez. That'd be fun. Okay, we'll just have to make do for the time being. I am expanding the airfield. We do have a bunch of engineers here, so that should go pretty quickly. We'll just have to put up with it for now. But then again, that is going to increase the operational losses, isn't it? Right. Yeah, you have the range. We'll have you transferred out. Right. Number of aircraft in reserve is quite nice, quite healthy. Okay, there we go. We're actually under now, which is fantastic. It seems like larger aircraft obviously do seem to take up a lot more, so that's rather intriguing to see. Yeah, it seems we can only manage so many groups, like for example 3 of 7. Okay, that's intriguing then. Yes, so this is it. Obviously then, as they lack in aviation support, or obviously the airfield is not able to actually administrate that many planes, I can imagine the operational losses will increase, as well as the chance of obviously just things not working out. So this is good for us. But this is why we are going to continue to hit Clark. If I continue to hit Clark, he's not going to be able to use it. So therefore, he's going to be spreading his forces out here where they don't fit. Okay. Are you thinking of the USS Houston? Okay. Right, let's make sure you're targeted. Yes, you're still targeted Clark. Very good, very good. So we are going to be loading up here continuously. Just 12 knots, not huge amounts of capacity. That one has pretty good capacity, the San Diego Maroon. What we're going to do then is we do have oil here. How much oil do we actually have here in Taihoku? We have 5,430 tons. So not a huge amount. So what I'm going to do is obviously just have you begin loading the oil. It's going to take a long time due to the demand there on the actual port. In the end of the day, I'll begin loading it, and then in the future we'll also have it transferred over to Japan itself. We need lots of small tankers like this. In the day, transporting oil is going to be incredibly dangerous. So I don't want to be throwing out lots of high-value ships, really. Okay. We still have increasing numbers moving towards Japan. KI-36. These are at Canton at the moment, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. This is a light bomber. Definitely a light-blooded bomber. Interesting to see that it carries a camera. Very interesting. Okay. So I'm going to have you transferred to Pescadores. Oh, you can't be transferred. Okay, what I'm going to do then is... Let's see. I'll have you attack these forces outside of Canton. These forces are dangerous. The ones on the actual same side as Canton. Really, due to the fact that if the other forces attack Canton, they're obviously going to have to cross the river and it's going to launch into an assault. Right. So I think this will be a horizontal flight. In fairness, I think I'll just have them all target. Yeah. Escort. Yeah, that works out fine for me. At the end of the day, I'm not doing any real damage over here at Hong Kong with those planes. I do need to get more supplies going. Do I attempt to use transports? We could give it a go. I think we might give it a go and see how it turns out. In fairness, I could do actually moving the transports over here. So let's see then. We have a base administration of 7. So I can afford to move another few groups there. You see, I'm a spy for the British Empire. I mean, I'm a loyal citizen of Japan. And remember, you get disruption bonus for a bombing when you're... That's a good point, isn't it? Suppose we'll use the actual good aircraft. Yeah, fine, I'll have you target Hong Kong then. I need the supplies there. Okay, you're here, that's intriguing. Quite a few of them are damaged. Quite a few. What's your range like? Only 4 hexes, it's not exactly very long. Yours is actually really nice. Okay, 15 hexes is bloody brilliant. Okay, so we'll have you transferred to Pescadores. I'm going to attempt to fly in there. This obviously could go dramatically wrong, so we'll see how it goes, really. In all honesty, I'm just going to hope for the best, because this could go wrong. That looks like a German Condor. Is it a Condor? I can't remember what they called them. But this looks okay. This looks like it could manage as well. It's got the range for it. We only have a few of these aircraft. Yeah, looks like another one was damaged on the way over. But if I can bring in some supplies, that'll be fine for me. There we go. Yeah, I was a little bit confused about the struggle. Yeah, I've actually managed to speak to Night Phoenix. He says he just didn't really have time, or things were going on in his life. I think it's just pretty much like personal issues. So yeah, he just said it was the best thing for him at the time, and can't argue with that one. I mean, he may come back one day. Who knows? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, things just happen, really, don't they? Just the way the cookie crumbles. What's your range? That's pretty impressive. Holy moly. In fairness, I really need to have, I need to figure out where my actual airborne troops are to actually make use of them. Because this is actually a very nice squadron. 25 is actually pretty impressive. Okay, it seems when they're transferred that at least one of them is somewhat damaged. Okay. So we'll be able to take a look and see if the situation does change over there. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not carrying huge amounts, but I'd rather have these guys carrying something than, yeah. I mean, maximum load here, 2,000, supposedly. So we'll see, yeah, I think it'd be good for us to obviously have the increased number of supplies coming in there. Okay. We have the Special Naval Landing Forces here. There's no garrison requirement, so in all honesty, I should just get these guys out. Not huge numbers. Okay. They'll be good to go shortly. In fairness, I might use the APDs to actually pick these guys up. They could definitely do a good job there. Right, you're picking up some mortars. Okay, your loading is complete, actually. What are you really bound for? Good question, really. Where could I benefit from, like, additional artillery? This is obviously rather a deadly area. If I could have had them... yeah, I think I could do with them down here, really. Well, then again, you know what? They'd actually benefit in the Asian... Well, yeah, just in Asia, really. Yeah. Like in the Pacific, they could be very handy. So I'm going to have them head over to Tokyo. And obviously they're going to have to run the Gambit over here, but that's just how it is at the moment. So we'll have them go, see what they can do for us. What aircraft do I have here? So these guys are on naval search at the moment. Only a couple of them. You know, rather than waste my time, I'm just going to have them train. But at least we have additional pilots coming from here. Okay. You're targeting on Clark. You're set at 10,000 feet. That might be why there were some issues there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you transferred to Pescadores as well. Yep, okay. Increase that altitude, yep, there we go. So you can see that 2 of them were damaged on the way over. There's a good reserve there, so that's fine. But they should actually now have a much better chance of actually working together. Okay, no more aircraft can be moved here. That's fine. We'll make do. Right. The vast majority of things are already underway, which is nice. We do have the Chokai and the Sagiri, which is nice. I mean, at the end of the day, this bad boy is pretty well equipped. Obviously, search planes as well, so it's a good thing to have. Not to mention those big guns. How do we want to use them? They do have this Ingorda follow-up, which will be fine. I'll make it through the Mersing invasion. I'll have them head out and link up with the Mersing invasion. Then again. Yeah. Okay, just link up with that force. Merge. And I do have a decent bombardment, a decent cover force over here for the landing at Mersing. Which is going to be incredibly dangerous. But the lucky thing is we have really done a number on the air base over here at Kuantan. So the thing is, we did knock out potentially a few bombers. We have definitely damaged some others, as well as the airfield itself. So we know this airfield isn't going to be running at maximum capacity right now, which is always very important. What's interesting is the fact that we weren't intercepted as well, so we will have potentially another day. Well, I doubt that. I reckon it's probably going to actually respond to that. But we know that we have dealt some good damage there. Managed to get through without being intercepted. So that's really good. That's a good, solid bit of luck there. Not to mention that these are the aircraft that will be hitting our ships. So having damaged them is going to be pretty damn nice. Yeah, it's going to potentially save lives. These guys obviously going to be out hunting. Yes, using torpedoes. Not quite the range to hit the Philippines. Right, so right now, you don't have a order. So what's your range like? Only 12. Okay. Well, we can actually make use of you then. I could potentially use them to help out at Kotabaru. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I could even potentially... I think we might be just out of range at Kuantan. But we could use them to actually help out at Kotabaru then. Yeah, we'll go for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the actual squadron attack as a whole. And then over time we'll obviously go through them and assign them to rest. Right, you're training. You have decent range at 12. Let's see. Yeah, so what we need to do then is release the most experienced pilots into the actual group. We'll do that, obviously, as time goes on. So this is most experienced. I can do that group, serve, active. So we'll go through our squadrons periodically and obviously release the best of them. Okay, 30s here. Now, I am sending forces to Chiang Mai. I have had it mentioned, why not head to the Void and then march up? And it's a good point. Obviously there's no road connecting here, so it's going to take some time to cross. As there's a river as well. But, to be honest, I'd rather move to Chiang Mai. At least I have the rail line over there. It's going to be significantly quicker than marching through Tavoy and fighting all that way. I want to try and threat in Rangoon. I can't really take it right now. But if I threaten it, that's probably going to be enough. At the end of the day, all I really need to do is actually just march and block off this rail line here. That's really all I need. Then we can start making some progress. Okay. We're going to continue the deliberate attacks. We have our forces over here then. So the AA guns, obviously, they need to be moved elsewhere. Ideally to Singora. We'll have them move to Singora. It's going to take some time to march, but they'll make it. I do have the Airfield engineers here. Now, Patani is running as an airfield here, an active airfield. I don't have a huge amount of actual lanes here. Right, you're set to quite a high level of surge. Reduce that then. Using torpedoes. You're on search as well. But you have no... Yeah, there we go. Right, lovely. I'd like to have you run naval search. Hello there, Paul. How you doing, my friend? I just watched a documentary of the USS Texas on the Military History Channel. Yeah, indeed. Which was it now? Was it USS Indianapolis? Which was the one that was sunk and then the crew was basically attacked by sharks? Was it the USS Indianapolis? Can't remember which one it was now. Right. What in Patani? It's a case of we really... I mean, we have some aviation support. Well, apparently we don't have aviation support. Yeah, I just don't have the aviation support. Then the fact of, it's not on the actual main rail line, so in my opinion it's not really worth the effort. I do have 94 fighters here. And you can see that we can actually manage this quite nice. Yeah, the Indianapolis. Thought it was. We have ourselves... Yes. We don't have the aviation support required here at the moment. So what we need to do then is obviously transfer them out as we can do. But for now we should be okay. They're managing all this time. Right, I'm going to reduce the amount on combat air patrol. Set them all to that same as well. I do want them to be available to escort. That's great. I do need to deal with the enemy forces over here. We are set to deliberate attack. Just obviously dropping off supplies here. Yeah, we have a transport. Which is actually quite a large one. That's actually quite handy. That'd be very good. Use a mine layer and an escort. Okay. So we're still unloading supplies, but having that AP will be actually nice, the personnel carrier. I'll be able to actually use that to move forces between like Saigon, basically like Thailand and Malaya, or around here in the future. Okay. So as far as it goes over here, there's not too terribly many orders to give. I do have a lot of forces over here at Camaran Bay. Are we building up a... We'll have a lot of engineers as well, that's quite nice. So I do have a transportation. Right, you're carrying forces here. Destination follower. Okay. A storm. Right. what I'm going to do then is we'll have you assigned with... Yes, I do need to transfer you to Task Force 4 then. Okay. I guess we'll just have you set for Mercy. I need to land here in force. We'll have them sent out. A decent sized force, to be fair. I mean, it could be potentially used better elsewhere, but I need to make sure we get enough forces here, so it will probably require further reinforcements. But we'll always have the ability to send them elsewhere should we need to. Yeah, we're going to need a big boat, definitely. Right, you're set to movement. I need myself some additional transportation ships here. So, to be fair, that one ship over there will come in handy in the future. I can move engineers from Kamran Bay. Do I have anything that could really do that job right now? So in terms of troop carrying capacity, nothing really major. But it's not a bad idea to support. Well, yeah, we'll get some of them moving out now. Okay, load troops. I do have plenty of engineers here. So I'm going to move some of them. I do have this the 6th Tanker Regiment. I'm going to take the engineers. Naval Construction Air Force. Right, I'm going to take this base force here. As well as these engineering groups. Load troops only, verified load. Accept load. There we go. We'll then have them transferred over here to, like, Singora. Be quite nice. Or even potentially to the Philippines to obviously aid out our forces there in the aviation department. Okay, so these RTA divisions are obviously going to be on their way. We need to clear the rail line here. God, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I like Nicolas Cage, but he is what he is. There's no avoiding that. He is the Cage, the raging Cage. Right, we do have forces being sent out here. So I have a detachment. Okay. Right, you're on your way over here then. And you will arrive in some time. What I'm going to do then is obviously have you set to combat for the time being, as obviously you will be expecting to be in combat. At 9049 is... Yeah, okay, that's good. We do have our forces moving out. We're sending forces over here to obviously deal with the Chinese forces there. Frankly, what we're doing here is just organising our forces. We do have men moving. I think this is where we're building up our troop. I build myself a base here. Pretty bloody well do it. Right, I don't seem to have the option to. I can't remember how you do it. I can't remember if you have to wait there or not, actually. We do have our forces on the way. To be fair, it's going to be one of these turns where things do run much faster. Frankly, when it comes down to it, a lot of the moves are already in motion now. It's just a course of making sure everything's, yeah, just going right. I'll have to reorganize this in the future, to be fair. Okay. These are U's and N's. Limos. Yeah, I should have really made notes of this. We'll reorganize this in the future then. But for now, we'll just get them loaded. Did you solve the problem of sending in bombers unescorted? Well, it's like I said earlier in the stream. There is a lot of things that could potentially go wrong. For example, like the weather. Like, let's see. Right, for example, you can see here that technically the weather is clear, I think. Thunder, overcast. So we were seeing bombers heading out from Kamran Bay, as well as from like Watakao as other locations. So the issue can come from the weather causing delays there, or obviously due to the actual pilots just not being able to link up, obviously due to levels of skills. There's lots of things that can really affect it. I have moved the bombers that were in Kamran Bay over here to Pescadores as well as Takao. So we will see them ideally lining up better. I've increased... I mean, the thing is, it's like... I've got to have the aircraft available. The number of Warhawks is decreasing though, so that's good. At least when we actually do get our aircraft over there, we are really kicking ass. Okay, we have our invasion over here. So that would obviously follow up from this one. I think what we want to do then is potentially just hit the base here. I think that's probably going to be a better idea. I could even hit Malban. I hit Malban, what can I do there? It's not on the rail line, but I think at the end of the day it might be worthwhile to do. Possibly. The reason being, at least we'd be able to flank Manila to a degree. I think all of this isn't really going to matter. I think at the end of the day it's going to come down to the Devil's Triangle of Bataan, Clark, and Manila. So it's going to be a hell of a fight there. I don't need to land my forces here. I think that's going to be wasting our time. But let's see. I think what we're going to do instead is land here. Yes, at Maban. Change the... Oh, right, you're already set for Maban. Well, that's fantastic, then. Okay, fantastic. If they're already bloody set, they're going to do really well there. Fantastic. Nice. What I like to see. Though it's not very well escorted, is it? Oosh. Not really. Ah. Interesting. Interesting, Mr. Bond. Okay. I've got an idea. Right. Follow. I think what we're going to do then is we're going to see how things flow. Should we actually find out about troops here, what I could potentially do then is use the battleships to bombard. And that's going to cause... that's going to do a lot of damage. So we'll use them like that. Oh, do we? Oh, do we? And again, no. It's not really worth it, is it? We need to have the carriers link up. That's what we need to do. You're in a dangerous area at the moment. What we're going to do then is I'm going to have you head back. Not at full speed though. We need to actually conserve our fuel here. Right, so I'm going to have you meet this task force over here and merge. Right, merge. Yeah, you do have a good escort. I think as well we need to have you merge. The issues we lack in, obviously in the escort department. We'll have them merge in here. Right, I'm going to have you head towards the Philippines. The idea is we're going to use our planes here to obviously aid in, well, just escort duties of that nature. Yeah, combat air patrol as well. Always going to be handy. Have them use drop tanks. The altitude has been working out fantastic for us as well. I mean, each time we fight, we are definitely doing well. Which is quite very bloody nice. So yes, we'll have a meetup, and then we can use the 2 light carriers there. Yeah, to obviously help aid the Philippines invasion force. Region from surface threat. It is a lot of PT boats, to be fair. I do have a lot of destroyers here, as well as an actual light cruiser. But in fact, I could definitely kick the ass of those PT boats. I mean, the thing is, PT boats are dangerous, but yeah, they're going to be shot out of the water by actual destroyers, actual warships, as well as a light cruiser. Indeed. Okay, so remain in surface combat mode. We always need to run the risk here. So far, we do have our troops ashore, which is really offloading these supplies. Hello there, Hospitalian. How you doing, my friend? Okay, so we need to set you to, obviously... Well, we have a good amount of engineers here, that's good to see. Right. That's a nice-sized airfield. I think, frankly, what I'm going to do is actually just send a small force here and not bother with the rest. I may just send out a detachment of infantry. Not like we have much choice here, is it? Okay. Right, yeah. I just set you to shock attack, so obviously you do take this, and then move over here. Okay, you're not fully unloaded here now, you're just waiting. Okay, just remain here for the time being then. We'll take the base, and obviously then I can move these forces. Any particular objectives that you're going to try and blitz? Well, the one particular objective, well, at least one of the objectives I really want, is to take Mersing. Right, take Mersing, I mean, the major booty there would be Johoburu, if I was undefended or left in such a state as I could seize it. But the idea is to actually just take control of this rail line, prevent these Malayan forces from escaping. Another one would be the Canton Island over here in the Phoenix Islands. This is looking important, and in fairness, I do have a lot of risk down here. I do need to stop moving Kiributai on full speed as well, so we have to share this fuel out. Which isn't great, I do need to refuel them. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I do have the Oiler Onder over here, which is fueling up. I think what we'll do then is we'll continue with Kargi and Karga this way towards Midway. Well, towards Wake, I should say. We do have Kiributai over here. We are looking towards finding THG's carrier. It's probably out here somewhere. But of course, finding is a different matter. Actually, first time watching this game, is it harder than War of the East or not? Do you also recommend buying this game? I'd say it's probably one of the most complex war games going. It's a hell of a lot more complex than War of the East. It's a game really where you definitely are playing every single day of the Pacific War. It's like if I was to do a turn a day, I would not finish for a few years, depending on how things go. It's just one of those things. But it's absolutely beautiful. If you enjoy the economic management, then you will love this game. I mean, it has its own bloody track, which is amazing. But anyway, going back over here, I need to check on some numbers actually. So let's go to our air production then. So obviously we have seen the increase in production of the KI-40C 43-1C model. But I would like to obviously up that. Let's see. So I'm seeing 1.13 KIs produced per day. Are we still producing the KI-43-1B variant? I don't think so. I have the 1C. I'm not seeing the 1B here. That's not a bad thing then. Zero production is increasing. I mean, the losses that we suffered in the first turn really did hurt us a lot. But Rez, how you doing, my friend? You know what, that's the game I really want to play, is Dwarf Fortress. I really want to learn how to play Dwarf Fortress and actually play it competently. I really would like to do that. That and Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. I'd like to learn how to play that too. Yeah, definitely. So I've been wondering as well, like, what would you guys think to me doing a bit of, like, sort of, like, the RPG stuff? Basically, like, tabletop RPG stuff. It's like, at the moment, I'm learning Dark Heresy 2. So what I was thinking is maybe, would you guys be interested in watching me maybe like create some like villains, well basically like enemies for my tabletop game that I'm running with some friends. It's like what I'd like to do one day when I actually feel very confident with the rules, or at least confident enough with the rules, is run like Dark Heresy games or other TRPG games for patrons, and obviously have that posted on the channel. Yeah, it's a lot of things. Don't worry about this. It's fine. Right. So the expansion is continuing here. I think we just need to increase the KI-43 1C production. So let's take a look at that. So I do have 46,919 points of heavy industry here, which is fine. Let's see. 999. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. And you're absolutely right there, Rez. That's pretty much how it works out, to be fair. Ah, I'm jealous. I mean, to be honest, I've gone out on a bit of a spree. I've got myself Dark Heresy 2, I've got Rogue Trader, Black Crusade, and then I bought Dark Heresy 1. I would like a copy of Only War. I'll have to try and get that in the future. I would like a second copy of Dark Heresy 2 as well, because my copy is a little bit battered. I'd love to try and get one that's in good condition. But well, we'll try it. I've thought about actually just tracking down X-Game Workshop employees just to see if they bloody have them. We'll see. Right, KI-43 1C, where for that vow? Okay, 1C model here. So we are increasing this to produce, well, to 100 factories. I'd like to increase that further, really. Well, let's see. Let's go back into the guide that I have here. Take a look at the aircraft flowchart. Yeah, see, Shadowrun... I think the thing is with Shadowrun, it just doesn't grip me like 40k does. I've got a friend who's obviously... he's interested in running it, but I don't know. Maybe one day. What's up there, Norbert? How you do, my friend? It's good to see you. Okay, so if we take a look over here then, so we can see the 40... God, I'm getting tongue-tied. This is the thing. Every time I do a stream, if it's the first stream of the day, I'm always goddamn tongue-tied. I'm sure you guys are probably used to it, but I always feel bad about it. So the 43 IC, I need to figure out what it upgrades to. If it could upgrade to the Tojo. I don't think it can upgrade to the Tojo because it's a different engine. But the 43 2A isn't bad. Not great, is it? But it's not bad. Take a look. Right, I want to see future upgrades. Or factory upgrades, I think. I was a busy man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing fine, It's getting on really, getting along. I'm going to go down to bloody Coventry on the 28th. It's a pain in the arse. There's like a police assessment down there. So, going down a bad way. I don't know, man. It's one of these things. It's like... going for the assessment, I mean, the assessment would be to obviously go on to the next stage towards becoming a regular constable, but the thing is, it's like, do I really want to become a police constable? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking more, like, looking at access to higher education diplomas and potentially going on to, like, doing history. I've been going on to actually teaching history one day. I think that might be more my passion. I don't know, man. It's one of these things. It's like I was talking to somebody not too long ago, only like last week, and the man, bless him, he's retired now, but he used to be a part of the police. He obviously was mounted police, obviously on the horses. It's like he's giving me some like stories, obviously, of his experiences. It gives a lot of good ones, but then he talks about often there have been times where, for example, it'd be obviously going into houses where obviously somebody's died, stabbed, murdered. Or, for example, the worst time he had was, for example, where a kid had been knocked down by a train. So the poor bastard had to walk down the actual train line, well, the actual train line, and pick up the pieces of this kid, because he'd been absolutely obliterated by this thing. And yeah, he's talking about where he had to pick up an arm of this kid, and it's like he just says it's just something that you never really learn to talk about. You never really learn how to let go of that. It's one of these things, really. It's like, do I want to do that? Is that really what I'm prepared to do? Oh, aye, different things to consider, isn't it? Really. There's a good character creator called Hero Lab that explains all the actions you can take fairly well. That's pretty cool. Are you going up to London next Friday? That's pretty cool. Up from Germany. See, I'm not a big fan of London. I don't think it's I don't really consider it an English city anymore. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm going to increase the 43 IC production. Yeah, obviously you'd upgrade to the KI-43-2A. Well, yeah, that is a sad truth, isn't it, really? That is a sad truth. I mean, bloody hell, with my political views, I'd probably get kicked out. Not like I'm anything extreme, it's just I'm not a leftist. Okay, let's increase the production here. Mbashi. How are we doing in terms of supplies? 40,000 tons, yeah, we should be fine now. Yeah, Stanley's dead. Yeah. Shame, really. Old bloke, though, isn't he? Very old bloke. Right, 5,000 supply, 500 heavy industry, 5,000 manpower. Manpower is something that I don't really have in infinite amounts, so I really have to be careful here. We'll increase it by an additional... You know what, I'm not going to go all the way to 100 for the moment. We'll increase it by an additional 50. We'll be looking at about 150, well, yeah, production. Yeah, we'll go for that. I think I'd rather increase engine production. Yeah. You should probably condense Imperial Japanese fighter bombers into one line. I mean, the thing is, I could do that. But what we're looking at here, for example, is... yeah, right, okay. Coco, a lion? I'm so confused, man. Right, let's see here. So, for example, we have to look at the availability, and notice that these run different engines. The Tojos are definitely more geared towards killing bombers. They're definitely better at that. To be fair, what am I doing here? I can actually just use the aircraft comparison. Okay, aircraft comparison. Ah, man, you're so nice. Indeed. We're not going to be long this turn. I really don't think we'll be long this turn. I don't feel like there's much left to do. I could probably get it done today, to be fair. Maybe another hour or something like that. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. Right. I'm looking at the army, aren't I? Right, army. So, for example, we'll take the 2A Tojo, which arrives in 1942, give or take. Obviously, we'll change that. And we'll take the KI-43 2A. Yeah, okay. Are you a lorry driver? No, I'm not a lorry driver. I used to be a pub manager for 2 years. What I'm doing here at the moment is working windows and door installation, which is a family business. It's alright, it's nothing great, but it's okay. It makes money. At the end of the day, I've done a lot of things. I've been a bloody scaffold window cleaner. I worked as a subcontract cleaner for some time when I was younger. That was about 18. I've worked customer service jobs, obviously like at supermarkets and stuff like that. But obviously the pub, and I've had a little bit of almost into becoming a train engineer. I don't know, man. And then there's obviously the opportunity I've got at the moment to either try for the police or whether I'm going to go in towards teaching, but I'm probably leaning towards teaching. You can go down the KI-43 line and massively expand Frank research, after which you just make Franks en masse. Yeah, I like the Oscars for the time being. I think the thing is, we've got to consider... Yeah, it's really coming down to the engines. What other engines we have? I do like the maneuverability of the 2As. I'm 23. Yeah, the 2As actually have a nice load there, which is interesting. They can carry 250 kilogram bombs, which is not bad, 2 of them. That's actually quite impressive. Durability of the Tojo is quite good. Climb of the Tojo is very good. Yeah, the Tojo's really designed to kill bombers. Pretty much. And these big cannons. Well, big MGs actually. These are bloody MGs. Ah, bloody hell. Do I not have any cannons? Why do I gain cannons? I gain cannons on the 2B Tojo. Not a huge amount of time in between them, to be fair. That's going to be annoying. Yeah, definitely. Youngster. Bloody don't feel it. You know, there's only so many times. There's only so many times that you have to, like, stop people taking bloody drugs. It's like one time I was doing this hip-hop event at the pub, like... Obviously, like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of hip-hop. I'm not a fan of anything, really. It's one of those things like, you know, when you... I'd just be, like, stood at the bar, stood there with, like, my staff, and it's like, the thing is, it's like when you're stood there for, like, 12, 14 hours, listening to this loud shit music, it kills you inside, you just stop caring. So it was this time where, like, I had one of the staff come up saying, right, Marshall, there's, like, these guys doing drugs in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, okay, again. So anyway, it's like I go down to where the actual toilets are, and it's like, try and open the door, and the bloody door's been, like, barred shut. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I can't be arsed with this. So, this is the case where I'm not that tall, I'm only, like, 5'10". I go and get one of these, like, big bouncers built like a shit brick house and twice as wide. So I just said to him, look, mate, he just barge this door down. So he does. And then there's all these, like, bloody idiots in there. And then that's when I get another staff member saying, like, all right, police are coming here. They just want to have, like, a word, just see how things are going. I'm like, ah, brilliant. So this is when my heart's going like this, you know, pounding. And it's like, ah, fuck's sake, never should the two meet. Oh, I don't miss things like that. Those are the things that age you when you have to have worries like that. Also, there's been far too many times where I've gone home smelling of alcohol. I mean, it's never an interesting experience of, like, being pulled over at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then the bloody policeman saying, why do you smell like alcohol? And it's like, mate, I work in a pub. I've been absolutely just doused. Like, falling and shit like that. Oh, too much. Too much! Plus the old Ki-43-2s are great kamikazes. See, that's going to be something that's going to be rather intriguing in the future, is the kamikazes. You can go the Ki-43-2B to the Ki-84. Ooh, interesting. Let's take a look at the Ki-84. I've not actually taken a look at that bad boy. Ki-84. Oh, to the Franco K. Well, that's fine, I can do that. 45 engine. Yeah, we can do that then. That'll work out nicely. Right. Okie dokie. I do need to do these submarine movements over here. We need to do a lot over here. What I'm going to do here is actually shut up talking for a little while about shit. And actually get on with doing things, because I have a terrible tendency to talk for a long time and not actually do anything. Swear to God, it's a natural skill that you learn doing this sort of YouTube and stuff. You learn how to talk and not to shut up. Which works out. Quite handy for a lot of jobs, you'd be surprised. Handy for having to talk to people that you'd rather not talk to as well. Right, we do have an impressive amount of destroyers here, so this is going to be very useful. At the end of the day, yeah, that does give us a good defense. But the thing is, are they actually destroyers with the ASW? Some of them are. So these are the Momi. Wakataki? I like that name, Wataki. What does your upgrade look like? Obviously, you do become more formidable in the ASW department. You gain radar 1943 then. Okay. You should also commit to an industry reconfiguration soonish. Yeah, go on then. I'll take all of the R&D plan. Also, the first fight of the speed to tangle with the P-47s and the ones. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do then is, if you'd like to make... Did you send me a document? I think you sent me a document. Somebody sent me a document and I forgot where I put it. About actually how to organize the R&D. So sorry to that person. I think it was you, Blackstar, but I can't remember. If somebody could actually send me that again, then I'll actually keep it this time and not lose it accidentally. Right, okay. That load-in. Need to have load-in done over here. I also have my engineers over here that need to be unloaded. Okay. Put you into combat. Right. It's about 2 days to unpack, give or take. 1 day for this unit here. And then they will start contributing towards the actual construction of the port, which is going to speed this up significantly. Basically, I'm using Kijo until Fusan's actually increased in size enough to actually handle these this amount of like transportation, which is obviously going to be great. If I can transport them from Fusan directly here to Samaneski or to Fukuoka, then that's going to be great. It'll be a lot safer than going from Kijo. Alright. Got 2 destroyers here as well. Again, loading those resources. And we'll set up the continuous supply convoys as well once all the transports have arrived. Can't wait for it. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. Purge. Okay. 2 sub-chasers and patrol boat. There we go. Okay, thank you very much there. Right. PV fight, I'm looking towards the army all the time. KA-43 1C, KA-43 2A, KA-43 2B, KA-84A. Rightio. Let's take a look at the R&D then. I'm also looking towards the A6M3A, principally, but I could obviously change over some of this other R&D. Like, for example, I'm going towards the Jack, aren't I? Right. I'd like to have the Tojos. I think they could be fairly effective against the bombers. Right. Engine plan notes, thank you, thank you. What I'm going to... Right, okay, we have the KI-84A Frank and KI-80B. Do we want the 80... Not that one. Okay, the 84A. Right, we'll do that then. We'll get working on that then. And again, I'm also going to have some R&D on the KI-43-2A, aren't I? Yeah, that's worthwhile doing then. KI-43-2A. That's fair enough. 43-2A. We have the 2Bs. Actually, let's take a look at this then. So we obviously have the research into the 2Bs, so that's fine. And we'll figure out which one we actually want to keep, because at the end of the day, these are already on the way. So it would be a shame to cancel that. So we'll compare them. Right. 2B. Obviously this one will arrive later. How much supply do we have? That's a good question. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Right, 12.7mm MPs. Not a huge thing in between them, really. 37, so the range is higher, speed's higher. Climb's higher. Maneuverability is less. Quite a bit less. Service rating's the same. I'm just going to go with the 2B just for the fact of... And again, if I've already got to go in with these things in it, I've only expanded it by 1. Also, you want every factory to be sized for 30 as a minimum. Well, as that's optimum, yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll take a quick look then. So, the amount of supply that we have here at the moment... Right, is it no supply here? So we have 2.8 million tons of supply, so it looks like 2.7 million tons are usable. Have you considered using a submarine to mine Pearl Harbor? I wish, mate. I really wish. At the end of the day, I'm going to actually have to pull my submarines away from Pearl Harbor. DHG is on my ass with his destroyers, so I'm going to have to pull a little bit out there, just to make sure they don't just get destroyed. Well, we'll see. We'll be able to manage it easily enough. No. Okay. Do I convert the 4 A's to B's? I'm going to stick with the 2 Bs for the time being, mostly because at the end of the day it's going to be a waste of resources should I switch them. So what we're going to do then is have this change over to the KI-84. Go with the KI-84A. Right, 84A, the Frank. Okay, so we do have some already set up here, that's very nice. Why are you expanding so much? That's not good. That might have been an earlier mistake there. Damn it. And what's the supply per factory for scenario 1? It's going to be a moment, mate. I think it's 100, but we'll see. Or it might be 10. We'll check in a moment. Right, 84A. See, that shouldn't have been expanded as much. Must have misclicked on that one. Rightio then. I'll take this one here for example. So expanded by 1 is 10 heavy industry, 100 supply. Okay, 100 supply, 10 manpower. We'll take this one up to 30 anyway. Supply here is 55,000 tons. Right, 84A. 84B. We'll go for the 84A though. A. There we go. And that by 10. And then an additional 10. Right, so that's a little bit over the number required here, so that was a mistake there. Due to my fangirling over the Helen. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of factories, aren't we? Definitely. And if you like, what I could do here is I could leave the save for you to have a look at. Obviously, if you just go into the Discord and message me privately, then I could give you that information. Obviously, give you the information from it. I could give you the tracker information, to be fair. Also swapping all the Valve factories for duties. Let's see. The D3A1s or the 2. To be fair, it's not too far away for me to actually change this over, is it? Yeah, we'll swap the D3As then over to the D4Y1s. I assume you mean the D4Y1s. What's up there, Harkon? How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. See you. Nice. Nice to see you. Right, D3A1 to D4Y1. Okay, we'll switch these over then. That's no issue. That does leave me another plan to potentially have switched over to something else should I want to. A night fighter would probably be a good idea. I think we'll change one of these over to a night fighter then, because I haven't got anything like that going at this moment in time. So we'll have you change over to the D4Y1. 4Y1 Judy. Yes, expand. Well, repair. Now go to 30. Beautiful. Okay, so let's see. We'll change this other one here, the D3A, to Val, to a night fighter, really. We don't have anything like that. So the P1Y2. P1Y2. There we go. Come in handy. Yeah, let's just double check that before we do that. Okay, so we only need 11. Right, there we go. Lovely jubbly. These other aircraft I really need to sort out. The expansion is probably going to be... It's not going to be optimal. It's definitely not going to be optimal, but we are making decent progress. And a lot of this is obviously learning. I don't know terribly much about the game. I know enough to play, but obviously I'm no expert. Our destroyers in here, obviously, for the actual escort itself. At the end of the day, this is a learning series for myself as well as others. So, we'll learn together. Which is quite nice. I like that aspect. Right, continue to load. We'll organize these later. Frankly, I just want to make sure we're just getting our resources loaded up for the time being. Yes, there we go. Now, I do have two escorts here. I'm half tempted to have them run out here. Probably not such a bad idea. We'll do that for the time being. And again, hello there, Christoph. How you doing, my friend? Okay, what we're going to do then is I'm going to split you up into two task forces. You actually have an ASW capability. You do have some slight ASW capabilities, but obviously you're not really intended for that. You can do it, but you can't. Again, it's 50% effectiveness when compared to other destroyers. So that's not too bad, really, is it? Oh well. 33% is effective as other patrol boats and some chasers. There's a screenshot in the Google Drive about factory balance. Yeah, that's a good thing. I'd like to see that. Okay. What we'll do then is we'll have them just run out here. Yeah. We'll have them run surface combat for the time being. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have them operate somewhat near Toyohara. And again, they could run just, obviously, the ASW. They're not great at it, but at the end of the day, it's better than nothing, isn't it? They'll run ASW then, instead. Always good to have warships about as well. I do believe I'm sending some actual destroyers and a light cruiser up to the north here, which is going to be great. At the end of the day, I do need to have some actual legitimate warships here, should we see a scenario like an American warship in this area that is coming here to raid us. We do need to be careful. Right, just set in a bunch of patrol points there. They'll figure it out. They're smart boys. I'll refine it as we go by. There we go. Yeah, pretty much done there in terms of actual loading. I do have you over here. Hold on. You're loading your fuel as well, that's good to see. You're going to be linking up. You're loading. You're loading as well. Yeah. Okay. We have the battleships and the carriers, they're going to merge over here. We've set up a additional patrol here. Akazi, you're heading Tokyo. Have I any additional forces arrived here that I can make use of? We do have a air transport, which is the Hosho. Right. What I'm going to do then is, let's see. No resize allowed. Resize to fit ship. Oh me, oh my. That's what I need. Okay, thank you very much, I appreciate that. So I'm going to have you re-base to Tokyo. I'm also going to increase your squadron size. Box? Oh, that's what's on the ship, isn't it? Okay. I went for different models. That's fine. We'll take a look. If I can see the benefit, then I will take that. I have these aircraft over here. What I'm going to do then is, let's see. I could have you resize as well. That's really, really nice, actually. What do we want? Do we want fighters out in the Pacific, or do we want bombers? This is what I'm basically talking about. Then again, I could resize them. I think a few fighters are okay, but obviously I do want predominantly bombers. But then again, it does depend on the mission, doesn't it? Fighters are always handy. I think fighters, maybe. Possibly. Then again, having, obviously, aircraft capable of killing enemy ships is always going to be handy. But I'd say probably fighters to begin with. What I'm going to do then is actually transfer this to Tokyo. And again. Right. Let's think about this. So I'm going to resize the squadron. So for example, at the moment it is 6 aircraft. Not bad. No, yeah, that works. What we'll do then is we'll take the fighters and I'll resize them to 14. What is the actual capacity of the Hosho? The Hosho can take 20 aircraft. Okay, so we don't really have much bloody room there. Right, I'll take you. No resize remaining. Okay. Then have to put you back onto the ship, perhaps? That's the Hosho. Okay, that's fine. We'll have them resize then, but obviously we'll have to put them back onto the ship. But what we're going to do then is I'll have this squadron resized to about 14 aircraft. And then what I'd like to do is we'll have the APDs once they're ready. They'll be ready in just like 29 days, give or take. Roughly that sort of area. And then what I'd like to do is actually have them sent out to Canton Island to begin with. I think having a few fighters out that way, a few torpedo bombers as well would be a good start. The idea being that we actually create little island bases that are versatile enough to hold up against most attacks. Obviously not a stained attack, because obviously that's going to be a whole kettle of fish. But as well to obviously be able to deal with enemy forces here, but obviously deployed rapidly. That's what I'm interested in. Let's see, do I have any transports here? I do have a number. Your loading has been completed. You have orders. Do you have orders? You have orders for Singapore right now. Where do I want to send this? This is a lot of men. Ah, yes, I remember now. We talked about the Aleutian Isles. Yes, good point, good point. Yes, you do have a decent amount of supply there. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for the Aleutian Isles. Do I? Yeah, I'd be going for Dutch Harbour. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Dutch Harbour once I have the escort carriers set up in the APDs. Because at the end of the day, I'm not entirely sure what the resistance could be like over there, so I'd like to go in with some force. It's going to be about a month before we can go for Dutch Harbour, so I'll leave that about a month, give or take. We're not going to see much lost over there due to the fact it's not a major shipping lane anyway. And I could do with the reinforcements in the Pacific, to be fair. Yeah, I'd say definitely. We'll have these forces earmarked for Wake Island, and then from Wake Island we can obviously have them set out elsewhere. Yes, they're unescorted. I'll try to find some escorts as they go, to be fair. I do have the Guam cover force, which will be available then afterwards. I do have this tanker, which is moving to Tokyo to obviously running a continuous fuel supply line here to the Marshall Islands as well as the Caroline Islands. Yeah, okay. That'll work out fine. Shipping engineers will be ready. Yep, there's all these forces over here. You're not actually the 16th Army, so you could be moved out. I do have the Guards Mixed Brigade. Rather intriguing. Let's take a look at what we actually have in Portman. At the moment, I just have a lot of cruiser mineliners. We do have a lot of potential transports that will come over this way. I think what we'll do here then is I'm going to take a number of these transports. Okay. Take these bad boys. Right, we'll take these guys. Yeah, I think that's the main point really, is making that bold move. But I do have these for transports. I think what we might do... Yeah, I'll take a look at that, sure. And I like the advice. At the end of the day, I'm no expert, so it's always good to have advice. We'll have these sent over here to Tokyo. So what I could potentially do is decide on how things move, deciding on, well, depending on really how I feel about a force escorted by Hosho. I mean, at the end of the day, if I have Hosho over here, with a few, maybe 1,000 to 2,000, maybe about 3,000 troops, if I'm feeling particularly worried, is obviously send them on their way to Dutch Harbour. I suppose at the end of the day, Dutch Harbour is going to be unexpected, and I think at the end of the day, yeah, I think at the end of the day, if we do these unexpected movements, and perform these unexpected assaults and conquests, I think that is going to catch him off guard, and I think that's really worth its weight in gold alone. Okay. We've done a lot of what's needed to be done here. I have my H6Ks and out in force at the moment. I'm going to reduce the amount of them on rest. At the end of the day, I want them out there. We'll change things over as we go. At the moment, you should... Yeah, right, so that's been spotted, but we also need to attack it. Guam cover force is on its way. We have the surface task force here, the cover force. Yep, you're going there. So what we want to do then is we'll capture Guam. Guam's okay. 2 pole capacity, 1 air capacity. At the end of the day, it's just an American position that is denied to them. Right, we have submarines moving. We have obviously this force to take care of. Now let's take a look then. So from the combat, the operational reports. Right, so obviously these are the ones by Pearl Harbor. Unexpected movements, may I suggest the mining of Sydney. Now, I could try to mine it with, obviously, the mines. Shockingly. But I think it's one of these things of, the actual submarines themselves would be far more effective. I think to actually go into Sydney Harbour is going to be quite dangerous. I mean, what I'd like to do is, you know what? You know what would be rather bold? It's a very difficult task, to be fair. I do need to look at this area. I've really neglected it for the time being. But I would love, absolutely love to take Horn Island, the Torres Strait, and mine that. I think I was to take the Horn Island there. I think it'd be one of those things where it'd have to be after a series of other movements. I'd have to, for example, capture bases like Raval, New Britain, as well as Port Moresby, to set up a supply line. But if I was to be very bold, I could try to attempt to take Horn Island, and cause some real issues there. That would be too difficult, I can't really get to it. I wouldn't have a I wouldn't have a definite supply line. I think we are going to have to make our moves down here at some point soon. Really are going to have to do that. We'll see. Right, so let's order our submarines then, shall we? So as far as I can tell, we don't really have information as such. I think we're on realistic R&D. Oh no, we're on player defined. Things aren't. How would you tell? How would you tell? Yeah, realistic R&D. Yeah, gotta be apology, Japan. I'd agree on that one. Player defined upgrades. There we go. Now, I do observe Allied aircraft near the French frigate's shoal, which is obviously over this way to the north. I think I did see something guarding. Right, Allied torpedo bomber 181105. Played in Victoria Island would be bolder than expected. Terribly true. I thought I saw something about Johnson. Now, this is a thing to bear in mind. Obviously, these submarines have been sighted, so I do need to move them. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything particularly useful here. Right. Near Johnston Island. Task Force 1 detects Allied float plane at 159121 near Johnston Island. So he will probably have an idea of where Kiributai is. This could be a Catalina, to be fair, flying from either Johnson or even potentially from Hawaii. I think as far as it goes, I don't really have solid information on where these carriers will be heading. And I'm worried that I may have lost my chance to actually find the American carriers. Carrier. I am going to continue on my path. I can't manage full speed, but we are going to continue this way. Yeah, we are low on fuel here. I do need to refuel. I think what we'll do then with Kiributai is... Let's see. Yeah, we'll bring you towards the south. At the end of the day, it's not a bad idea. I need that fuel. I can't really take the risk, can I? I've expended a lot moving at full speed, and you can see obviously that's not always the wisest move. Okay, meet task force. 2. And refuel. Well, actually. Yeah, I don't have a huge amount of movement here. They may not be able to manage it. Okay. We're gonna have to refuel, aren't we? It'll take them a few days, but they'll be refueled. We'll have to continue the search for our submarines. I think the issue has been we didn't get that initial sighting, so I haven't really had an idea of where to search. There's definitely... Yeah, the track has gone cold, Yeah, the track has gone cold for the time being, but we'll continue the hunt. I think what I'm going to have to do then is just obviously accept that I can't travel at full speed. We should be relatively close by anyway. But what we'll do then is once we have obviously a sighting to go from, then I'll continue to travel. I'll travel once again at full speed. At least then we'll know where we're going. I'm going to stagger this a little bit as well. When you think of it, apart from the Philippines and Singapore, you don't have that much space to expand. It's like we have Dutch East, well, the Dutch East Indies, but we're really going to be aggressive in the Pacific more than anything. Okay, I mean, thankfully a lot of these submarines have a good amount of fuel, so they'll be good to go for a while. We'll continue the hunt. At the end of the day, I'm operating in a large area. All I need is just some kind of report to give me an indication. And to be fair, I might want to actually split up the submarines to some degree. But the thing is, if he's gone past me, he's gone past me. So we'll continue to, yeah, we'll continue this way. At the end of the day, I could use these submarines over in Australian waters, if needs be. But I'd rather continue the hunt, and if we lose out, then we lose out. I'd rather say that we tried. We never know. There's always opportunity. At the end of the day, it's going to be helpful down here, as obviously we'll be rushing towards Canton Island, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to potentially have some submarines in this area, as frankly, he's going to be sending something to answer our invasion there. But we'll have some submarines obviously by Palmyra. Okay. Right, so we've got that set up. Obviously, Kitabutai is going to be heading towards fuel. I really can't afford her to run without fuel. So we'll go for that. And then from there, we'll have a reunited Kitabutai for a short period of time. I'm still going to have Akagi and Kaga head towards East Asia. But, yeah. See how we go. Right, so what we need to do here then is... I'm going to actually just cancel these patrol pattern. I think what I need to do is just set it up again. Further out, and the easiest way is going to do this the old-fashioned way. At least this way we're not going to be seeing any overlaps, and we'll be able to do things properly. Yeah, midget some that thing's fucked. Now, how far out do we want to patrol? Definitely out of the shallow waters. I'd say maybe about 5-6 hexes out, something like that. At the end of the day, I don't need to be too close to actually blockade him. A larger area does benefit me. As at the end of the day, I have a lot of submarines. He does have a lot of potential ASW, but a large area he has to search is going to work out better for me. Okay, so this will work out. So what we'll do then is, let's see. That's a large endurance. 8 out there have obviously been changed to main on station. So changed from remain on station to like retirement allows pain in the arse. Right. Okay, how do we want to approach this? I think we'll have... Venice, I could do with these guys actually being out on the American coastline. So I'll take some of these actual higher endurance submarines and have them sent out to like San Francisco or like San Diego. At least out there, they're going to be quite deadly. Oh wow, okay. I need to clear that bloody destination, don't I? Well, we have a suspicion that a carrier might be operating in that area. As for whether it actually is there, I really can't say. That's just my best guess at the moment. That's a hell of a lot of endurance. Yeah, I mean, that's the best guess at the moment. I mean, as to whether it's really there, I can't say. I'll have a little bit further back, I think. Indie's going to be coming this way. I think if I have a submarine off of like the coast of major ports, then we might not obviously be able to kill, but having the information of what's coming is probably going to be quite handy in of itself. We'll patrol off the coast here. There we go. We'll have you patrol here. Ah, cheers, mate. Thank you. That's appreciated. Right, patrol like that'd be okay. There, my midget submarines here. In they're pretty much buggered. They're gonna die, but they may still have a chance. Basically, you want to be producing at least some of every category, no matter what. Oh, also, I forgot about this, but I have a article to read here from my good friend Newhouser. He's basically writing up a news article. He's going to be keeping track of the actual game between myself and THG. It's really well done, actually. So what I'll do here, then, is we have war declared by the Monterey Herald Tribune. Japs bomb Pearl Harbor, 1,500 servicemen killed. Naval base is, of course, hit at dawn with a surprise attack, so obviously the base at Honolulu. Now, whether this is actually accurate is rather intriguing. I have asked him about this, and he says it's basically, well, it's based on game events. So as to whether this is accurate, I don't know. He says it's not going to be completely accurate, but it's rather intriguing. He says he'll be doing this every now and then, so it'd be rather cool to actually see these big events played out. We can see here, a surprise attack on the US island base has resulted in the death of over 1,500 US Navy, Marine and Army personnel and crushed the Pacific surface fleet. Reports of vague Jap aerial armada of several hundred aircraft attacked the anchorage at 7 AM while church services were started. The attack lasted several hours with at least 2 waves of aircraft appearing. The attack also hit a number of aerodromes around Ohio. I don't know how to pronounce that. As the dust fires continue to burn across the harbour with ships and facilities alight. Several ships have been seen to be underway, but the damage is good either. So this time the USS California has been capsized at her mooring, while the USS Pennsylvania sank as well. A number of other battleships have suffered severe damage and in immediate danger of sinking. The USS West Virginia, led by Captain Mevran Benin, got his ship underway and provided critical fire against the marauding Japanese aircraft. It ran aground. I mean, yes, this was true. The losses were quite heavy for me, to be fair. Okay. Right, no mention of the fact that we oh dear. At nearly the same time, Japanese army soldiers entered into the British Malayan Peninsula in Singapore. The HMS Prince of Wales reports have been seen preparing for operations to mount a counterstroke in the near future. So we do have some interesting information here. And it's going to be one of these of... is it going to be accurate? So this is a news article that is being written by a fellow called Newhouser. He's one of the long-time viewers of the channel, of mine, as well as historical gamers. So the guy's actually really doing a great job here. He is helping to organise a AAR, which is going to be on the forums, I do believe. But basically, he's going to be writing these news piece articles, obviously, to keep track of information. So, after speaking with him, obviously, as I mentioned not too long ago, it's like, I don't know if this is 100% accurate. I doubt it's 100% accurate. It's like, for example, the USS California, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. I do think these were the ships that we did strike. I'd have to actually take a look at the results all the way back there. As to whether they're that damaged, maybe. I think this is one of these things that we have to take as propaganda, with some truth in there, some slight truth. But it's rather interesting, he's done a good job here. I forgot to mention it about 2 hours ago, but it's definitely worth reading. And we will be taking a look at these as the turns go by, so it's very good, I really do like it. He's doing a fantastic job in my opinion. And it really does help spice up the game. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Right, you guys are still set to the Midget Submarine mission. Fine, you have no fuel to leave here anyway. Right, let's begin to set up the additional patrols. Yeah, we lost a lot of zeros originally. We lost more than that. But he doesn't need to know that. It hurt. It hurt. We got absolutely devastated by flak. Which is a shame. And a regret straight from the airfield, but honestly I expected it to be a hell of a lot better. In all, the Pearl Harbor raid was adequate. Yes, I can say about it being just entirely adequate. Definitely not what I was hoping for, but do the goddamn job, won't it? Nowhere near as well as I would have liked. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm setting out these patrol patterns further out. Onto a distant blockade. Bloody waypoint. Pain in the arse. Okay. right, there we go. I don't know about you, but I'm scared of quick and decisive reaction of land forces in the Philippines. To be fair, it would be to his detriment. At the end of the day, as far as it goes with the Philippines, it's no great loss to him. If he can tie my forces down, that's where it's actually going to be useful to him. So in all honesty, if he was to actually sally out there and engage with me, that would be to my ultimate benefit. It seems counterintuitive due to the fact that obviously we run the risk of losing troops there, or being pushed back. But at the end of the day, if he moves out of his island fastness, such as Bataan or Manila, he's making it easier on me. It's going to be hell. It's going to be absolute hell to fight there, but we have no choice. We have no choice. We'll try to approach it as best we can, but we'll do whatever we can to make the battle go in our favor. No promises, however. No promises. I can, in fact, promise you no golden ring. Okay. My god, look at that endurance. That's beautiful. Okay, in fairness, I'm going to have you set around the American coastline. That endurance is just too good to say no to. Too good. And I should set up midget submarine missions. That'd be really interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I-5. I think you can handle a midget submarine. Okay. Yeah, midget subcarrier. Yeah, so I'm going to have you return to Truk. Indeed. And then what I'd like to do is actually grab a number of those midget submarine carriers. And I'd like to actually, obviously, load them with a midget submarine. And then have midget submarines sent to like San Diego or Los Angeles. That could be rather intriguing. Okay. Now we'll be operating out here in deeper waters. We do have a clear advantage. I could do with setting something up here, but it's not immediately useful. Right, you have your patrol. Okay, so you're giving orders. You're giving orders, you're giving orders, you're giving orders, you're giving orders. Okay, brilliant. As we reorganize there, we are going to obviously be moving our carriers to refuel. Moving towards Canton Island, the AMCs are moving. Our forces are moving over here, of course. Okay, so reality, there's not really anything left to do as of right now. We have our forces continuing their invasions, we have the fighting over here, we have reinforcements on the way. We'll fight over here. China, we've already organized. Aircraft have been reorganized to some extent. All in all, I think things are pretty much ready to go for a follow-up turn then. Yeah. That's nice, man. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I will be sure to take a look. So indeed, we have all that sorted. Honestly, yeah, I think I'm ready to go. Bombs and fighters in China I've already taken a look at. Well, most of them are set to actually engage in naval attack missions. The others are set to, well, attack the airfields. We are going to hit Kuantan again. As to whether escorts will be able to make it is another question. They are nearby and they are set to combat air patrol as well as having the actual range. It's just, of course, a measure. Well, it's just, of course, having the actual ability for them to link up. We'll see. I'm willing to take a few losses to inflict further losses on the American medium bombers there. I think that'd be worthwhile doing so. other than that, I think we're about good to go here. Yeah, what do you guys reckon? Ba-ba-bum. Okay. I think we're about good here. Obviously, the economy stuff we can obviously do over the course of time. We've changed some of the R&D around, which is good. We've increased the amount of KI-43 1C production, so that's going to be good. Engine production is already underway. Ships are obviously being constructed. We have halted the construction of Yamato. We'll have to look at the date of when Yamato should be arriving. The junior class of carriers will be arriving in May and April. Is it April and May? April and May of 42. So in reality, we'll see things shifting pretty quickly. We haven't had that many losses so far as yet, but in reality, that's not such a bad thing as of now. We're definitely not playing against the AI here, so things aren't going to be as easy. KI-61 now, we're going to be going for the KI-84A. But we'll go KI-43 1C, KI-43 2A, KI-84A. Then from there, obviously, the following up models. Thank you there to Blackstar for that information. I think, yeah, things are going interestingly enough. At the end of the day, we'll have to sort out the convoys once again, as obviously we're going to wait to be able to reorganize them. I'll be honest. We'll reorganize them once they're all put together. KI-43 to stand the bleed and then KI-84. Okay. To bomb the Allied bombers. That's fair enough. Right then. With that, I think I'm ready to have the turnover. 84 is actually a very effective interceptor. It's in the stream somewhere. I'll take a quick look. Don't worry about it, man. And fight fancy allied fighters on even ground. That's really effective. Yes, the 84-day. We can take a look. Obviously, this is some time away, but the speed is 392 miles per hour. Endurance is okay. Range is pretty good, to be fair. Alright, to be fair. Flight rates are not amazing, but durability is good. Armored. Loads good. Service rating is fantastic. The gun value is pretty good here. So we have the 12.7mm cannon, MGs, as well as additional cannon. So yeah, it's capable of obviously handling bombers, as well as other aircraft, other fighters. The armor is always really good. Right, we'll take a look at the 61 while I'm here, the Tony. The Tony is really beautiful. It really looks really nice. I like the look of it. It uses such an odd engine. Such an odd engine. Kawasaki. Indeed. Well, I think we're good to go from there. I'll probably have a little bit of a look over this save beforehand. We might do one more stream perhaps, just to make sure that we have not missed a thing. But I think we're good to go. So, the R variant, sure. I'll take a look while we're here. R variant? I see the A, B, C, D. If you're alive. That thing. That looks so crazy. Look at that thing there. 37mm cannon. That's awesome. The Frank, okay. Oh, the R, okay. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time, You have been you, I have been me. Thank you so very much for watching. Please do consider backing me on Patreon. It does make a big difference. And there is going to be Patreon rewards to follow soon enough. Don't worry about this one. Be announcing it soon enough, but basically, I will be giving away a reward to all my existing patrons. And then obviously, as new patrons arrive, you'll be able to have a reason to become a patron. Until next time, thank you, and goodbye. Don't forget to join the Discord, like, favorite, and subscribe, and all that other bollocks. Until next time, goodbye for now. Have a great